Bill King joining us here, Nashville Sports Radio, hosting 6 to 9, the king of college football talk, good friend of the show. And I texted Bill this on Saturday during the game. The ESPN booth was right next to the Razorback radio booth. So right there we could see Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler doing their thing. And Bill's talked about this on the show a couple of times. Not the biggest fan of Chris Fowler. He drinks Perrier water during the broadcast. And I told Bill that immediately, and I got the kind of reaction that I guess I expected. Bill, that did not surprise you, did it?
No. I didn't know that, but no, I'm not surprised. Now, I don't like him for one thing, and number two, I drink holy water during games, so it makes me bad.
Oh, you and all the Notre Dame fans, I guess, do the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what I took away from Saturday's games last week, Bill, is it's Alabama and Georgia and everybody else. And I feel that way about the entire country, not just about the SEC. So now when I see Arkansas and Mississippi matched up this weekend and, all the other troubles that some of the other schools are having, and I think maybe Auburn is getting past it a little bit. LSU is not. Most definitely. A&M is not getting past those problems. I don't think Mississippi State is either. Do you view this Rebels Razorbacks game as potentially like this is the game for second place in the SEC West?
Yeah, might well be, in A&M's not right either, as we know. So, because I thought A&M might be the biggest threat for the 2 slot, and that is absolutely, as we're witnessing, not going to be the case. Yeah, that game could be for the number 2 slot. And you know what? With Arkansas, with your audience, and then Ole Miss, I don't think anything bad happened to them. They just got beat by the 2 best teams in America. And I don't think it sets them back any. I don't think it changes the trajectory and what they're trying to get done. Georgia's defense, particularly their front group, they're human at corner. But their front 7 is wicked. I'm not gonna go too far until we get a year under our belt, whole season. But that's one of the more impressive groups I've seen. And my favorite group ever is that '92 Alabama team. But this will be interesting.
Yeah, certainly will. And so Arkansas, Mississippi. This is always an entertaining game. Always an entertaining game. And I guess. If you're the Razorbacks, it really does boil down to how you contain Matt Corral. Because there's similarities between these teams, Bill, and both feature mobile quarterbacks who like to get out and run and don't necessarily have like a ton of design runs for them. But where KJ, is fast and is running over people, Corral is fast and incredibly elusive, especially getting away from the rush. So their ability to contain him and maybe, keep him inside that pocket, if at all, is pretty tantamount to this one. Yeah,
and Corral has all those crazy arm slots that baseball players have, right? Where he can get the ball off. Jerrion Ely is a veteran that's been around. He's a baseball guy, at least was thought to be predominantly, but a big-time running back recruited a couple of years ago. He's a very good running back. That's another threat to offset the passing game. Yeah, that one, something's got to give there. You're right. That one's going to be fun.
Bill, I was trying to convince Phil of this on Monday, and I think he has already reached this status. Is Bob Stoops, the Joe Paterno, the Bear Bryant, the Bobby Bowden of Kentucky football already?
I think you mean Mark.
Or Mark Stoops, sorry. I don't know why I wrote down Bob. I meant Mark Stoops.
Yeah, Mark. You got to remember Bear Bryant was there, and they in the early '50s, and they were really good. And he left for A&M because one reason he didn't get along with Adolph Rupp. That's a different story. But I don't know that he's there yet. But what he has done there, solidifying first of all, their culture, their style of play. Kentucky's been inconsistent through the years, and I go back to Fran Kersey, which would be the 70s when I was growing up. So I've seen a lot of Kentucky football. They had a really good team in 77, 78, and then they went on probation. But it's never been consistent. I think he's erased that. They're a consistent guys like 8-4 program now, I think. And that's at Kentucky, that's really, really good. Will they ever get by Georgia? No. As long as Georgia's right, they shouldn't be beating Florida either.
No, they shouldn't be. And, we'll go ahead and transition into that.
Yeah.
How much of the Dan Mullen experiment has really worked? I mean, just the things that he said, the losses to Kentucky, and then basically not taking any blame for after the game, basically saying we won every aspect of the game other than the scoreboard.
Dan Mullen is a lot of things. He's a really good quarterback coach. He's a good offensive guy. He's not a real upper echelon recruiter. He's at Florida. You ought to have top 3 classes without halfway trying every year at Florida, and they're not doing that. They're getting top 15 type class. There's a big difference there. And he plays up to like in Alabama, SEC championship game in just a couple of weeks ago, and then he may play down to a Kentucky. And going into the post-game presser and saying, did you not see the stat sheet? Did you not see the total yardage? Like, that's a thing? Like, that's a measure.
I saw the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, they don't put total yardage in those boxes on the scoreboard last time I looked. Here's the other thing about Dan Mullen. And again, I like Dan, and I think he's a pretty good coach. But Dan Mullen is not the guy that you see normally on Mike, who's kind of laughing and fun. And Dan Mullen is the guy that a lot of folks don't like working. The people at Mississippi State behind the scenes that he was winning hated him. Okay, I can tell you, he and Urban Meyer don't get along. He is not a real nice, likable guy privately.
I don't know what feel. I might feel the same way about Urban Meyer, though, Bill.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
That's probably a bad analogy right there.
Yeah, you mentioned his name, so I just thought I'd mention that. If I'm Kentucky, man, I mean, you beat Florida in Lexington. You get a chance at LSU now in Lexington, and this LSU defense just taking another hit. I saw Stingley's out. It's kind of disastrous what's going on there with that LSU defense, Bill, and their offensive line is a complete mess. I mean, they're second to last in rushing, fourth from last in sacks allowed. This kind of feels like things could spiral out of control for LSU.
I think that one is teetering, and just a little bit more damage, and Scott Woodward might have to go up to a microphone and make a tough decision. Yeah. I think we're getting close there. I really do. They're not going to relive 2019. I don't think they're going to come close. And I don't know that Ed's head is totally in this thing. He's coaching now like his belly is full. We were talking about it this morning on the show. Like he's got everything he needs. His personal life people talk about too. I won't get into that. But Ed's talking and playing like right now he's not all that passionate about. I think they're going to have to make a move. I don't know if they'll pull it during the season, but I'd be shocked if they don't.
I mean, that would just think about that too. Like reverse that for a moment, Bill. The thought of a coach from a national championship less than 2 years ago that legitimately, we are talking about the possibility of him being let go during the season for real reasons that have nothing to do with, for football reasons, essentially.
Last good example of that would be probably Larry Coker. He inherited the Miami team. He was on the staff from Butch Davis, who left for Cleveland. And that's one of the best rosters you're ever going to have in college football any year, any time in history. That's how good that group was. And about 2-3, he won a natty and almost won the second one. But right after that, it eroded to the point where they had to fire him. That might not be the best example, but that's one. Gene Chizik, people bring up. Now, Fulmer won it in 98. He was 10 more years, so they ran him off. But, yeah, that's an odd step.
All right. We'll leave it there, Bill. Appreciate you, man. Have a great week.
Thank you, guys.
You got it.
Thanks, Bill.
Bill King from Nashville Sports Radio.
We're back and better than ever. All eyes are on the gridiron as teams are back for another football season. As always, BetOnline is your number one spot for all the pro and college football action this season. With the new updated site and interface, even more odds, props, and contests, BetOnline continues to be the number one source for everything football. Head to your website or use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Don't forget to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV. From football, basketball, boxing, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of these amazing offers for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts.